We're live. What's happening, y'all? Welcome. This is episode 4 of Creatia Comics, formerly Super Flashy Arrow of Tomorrow, the number one comic book podcast on Pornhub. I am your host, Lord Cussalott Travis Pointer, aka the Dragon King, aka Big T, aka T Money, aka Sweet T, aka Black Merlin, aka DHNIC. And I'm joined as always by my co-host, Mara the Shark Watkins.
Hello.
Howdy do.
Howdy ho. I know. I'm good.
Good. What you been up to this week? You know, it's been 4 days since I spoke to you. What with words, you know, text messages don't count right now, at least.
Work and jury duty.
I see jury duty must not have lasted because you know you're
Yeah.
here.
I made it. I was
You,
able
ma-
to.
you made it onto the jury.
No cases. Apparently, this is a great
Oh,
week for jury duty because there was a Jewish holiday.
why would they even call you for jury duty for that day if there were going to be no cases?
I don't know. I ain't questioning it. I'm good for 4 years now, so I'm not going to argue about it.
Wow. I don't know, man. It just seems weird. But okay.
I mean, I was hoping to live my best Law and Order life, but I won't have my opportunity now. I just have to keep watching the show.
Part of me wants to serve on a jury, but like not a boring case. So I need it to be a good one. I don't want to do it for like some weird, like, you know, I don't know, some convenience store
Civil case.
robbery.
I want a
Like,
criminal case.
hmm.
I want a
Yeah,
criminal.
but I want a good one. I don't want it where somebody just like, you know, I don't know, shoplifted, you know? Like I need there to be a weapon involved. I need to see weapon evidence. Like I need multiple testimonies. I need to deliberate with my fellow jurors for an extended amount of time, enough for us to get multiple meals delivered. You know, like have to like burn the midnight oil because you know somebody's not agreeing, and we keep going back and forth about it. I'm telling you, that's what I need if I'm going to serve on a jury. Like I need to be in that room deliberating and falling asleep because fuck this. Like I want that all to be happening.
I want a criminal case.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll have to wait 4 years again till
I mean,
I'm
you can
called
volunteer
again.
next year.
I won't.
Just saying, if you really want it, you can go for it. You know, just volunteer next year.
I didn't know that was a thing. People
I think,
volunteer to be jurors.
I think it's a thing. It happened on American Dad. Stan does it every year.
Something about that doesn't seem right.
I mean, I'm sure most people won't do it, but
You
you know,
cannot,
it's
well, at least federally, you cannot
yo. I
volunteer.
put in, can you volunteer, and it filled in for jury duty. Damn it, Google. Like,
People. Like that means that other people have.
yeah.
You can for the city.
Okay, so local stuff you can, but
Yeah,
federally you can't. Gotcha.
federally you cannot. That makes sense though. I wouldn't want someone who volunteers for a federal case. I feel like some of those weigh a little bit heavier on everything. But we're not here to talk about the legal system and how I've done my civic duty.
We're not.
No.
The hell we here for then?
To talk about super comic book shows.
Really?
We still have Stargirl and She-Hulk.
I forgot.
I want to forget Stargirl, but it keeps coming on. So
Yeah, I know. And then after next week, we'll only have Stargirl for a while. So, you know, yeah. It's
you
okay, though, because, yeah,
don't
this
want
is
to cover
Creation
like
Comics where we're
Star
talking
Wars or
about
something like
comic book
that.
shit.
You don't want to cover like Star Wars or
We'll
anything.
do that with Creatia Conversation specials. Yes, I have plans for that. But like I said, this is Creatia Comics where we're talking, the latest in comic book shows on the television and on streaming services. If you want, you can, those of you listening can catch us live actually on YouTube and Twitch whenever you want to, whenever we're doing it live. It's fun. Hang out with us. And if you're watching live, subscribe on Twitch. We really appreciate that. If you have Amazon Prime, you have, Prime Gaming. You can subscribe to us for free with Amazon money that make Amazon give us money, which is pretty awesome. And if you don't give it to us, give it to somebody. Just use that shit. But yeah, if you're not watching live, you do have the option to watch us later on YouTube at youtube.com/creationworld. You can also catch us, to get all the extra stuff on Patreon and patreon.com/creationworld. But, if you just prefer to listen, you can hear us on podcast services everywhere. So now that we got that out the way,
Woo!
let's get into these shows. Where'd you want to start?
Let's start with Stargirl.
Okay. Stargirl. All right, this episode was called What?
Frenemies, Chapter 5, The Thief.
We need to talk about their naming conventions. I feel like they copied Black Lightning, but Black Lightning did it even worse.
It started out of nowhere. I feel like it was like once it wasn't that from the beginning, and then like by season 2, they were like, make it like this.
Yeah, Black Lightning had whole paragraphs for their titles.
He really did. It's okay though.
How does your episode title last for half the episode? But anyway, this episode of Stargirl kicks off 5 days ago, where we're with Cindy, and she's standing over the gambler's body, and now she looks very, very guilty, which makes me even more positive that she didn't do it. I don't know, the more evidence they give me that she did it, the more I'm sure that she didn't do it.
Trying too hard for me.
Yeah. But we see that she was looking for the laptop. She got the laptop, and the rest of the JLA arrives, and JSA, I'm sorry.
I was like, JLA. I was like, what am I missing?
Yeah, JSA, not the JLA. They're not the Justice League. They're the Justice Society of America. They arrive, and she has to hide that laptop. And yeah, we see what we saw before, which is I didn't do it, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah. What, she got hurt? Like something hurt her? Or was it that her dragon stuff was...
Yeah, I think it was that. It was the scales and stuff were doing.
Oh, okay. Because it was just bang. I was like, girl, what happened?
Yeah, I think it was the scales. I'm
Sucks.
not positive, but yeah, that's what it looked like to me.
I hated that so painful for her.
Yeah, and part of me said I need to go back and look and make sure that's what I saw, and then I forgot to do that. I'm not going to say I forgot on purpose because I didn't want to watch the show again, but I forgot to do that.
I understand.
Yeah. So then back in the present day, we got you told me Baby Icicle's name and you keep telling
Cameron.
me. Yeah. Cameron's, he's walking with Courtney, he's walking her home. Then we get
kissing.
They get that porch kiss, yeah. To say goodbye. She floats into the house. I feel like if this were a Disney movie, she would have levitated and literally floated in through the front door.
With little birds and hearts floating around her head.
While she's like, So she tells him yo, I can, look up some stuff and see if we can help you. He's like, how will you look up my condition? She's like, Wikipedia? Yeah, because she can't tell him she can actually look stuff up because we're actually
She got files on his daddy.
Yeah. So she gets back in the house and Pat's just all like, Hmm?
Where have you
Hmm?
been?
Hmm? Hmm? Like, nowhere. I got homework. Blah blah blah.
I don't care about being stuck girl
Yeah, and they're
anymore.
like, yeah, you got Sylvester's down there with the rest of the team going through the tunnels, trying to blah blah blah. You want to go? I'm like, if Sylvester's
Okay,
with them, they're
no.
good. I got homework. And waits for him to leave, and then slips downstairs and grabs the icicle files, and yeah, hides them in her shirt instead of putting them in her backpack because that would have made too much sense.
Takes
When I
too
saw
much
her do
time.
that, I'm like, why wouldn't you put them in your backpack
I'm
instead
like,
of
sis,
trying to?
those don't even fit. Like you, it's not covering anything.
Yeah. So then we cut over to Cindy. She's still trying to get into the gambler's laptop. And then she's just like,
I'm gonna use his tech against his own tech
which, why didn't you think of that 17 episodes ago?
because they're
Like,
children.
What the hell?
Because they're
We've been at
children.
this for 3 episodes now. This is the fourth. And you just now thought to maybe use his device that hacks into stuff to hack into his stuff.
They're children.
Fucking teenagers, man. I hate them all. So anyway, then we're down in the tunnels with Starman, Our Man, and Wildcat. Is he really Our Man if he's not using the hourglass though? Like,
No, which is why I've been calling them all by their real names.
I mean, Wildcat is still Wildcat though.
I know.
But they're in the tunnel, and Cindy sees that they're there and has to hurry up and take off before they see her in there. And they get into that main chamber, and not Pat, Sylvester sees the painting on the wall and just loses his shit. Like he got some.
Oh,
He's an angry.
he
He's a
got
very
some
angry young man.
he
Like
got some repressed shit that he needs to work through.
for real, like blasting the wall and shit. He's like, like, dude, come on now.
Yolanda and Rick looked at each other like, bro, what the fuck?
Like, we
I ain't signed up for this shit.
I'm about to say, like, who nigga is this? Like, who gonna do something about this? Because
Cause I did not.
exactly. So later on, we're back at the house, and Sylvester is polishing silver because that's what one does after somebody has a very emotionally angry moment and blasts a painting for some reason.
Look,
Um,
however he chooses to de-stress, if it gets shit clean.
I suppose.
Mhm.
So Barbara comes in and he tells her about how he lost his shit, and she gives him a pep talk. Blah blah blah.
What Barbara's here for.
Yeah. So next day, I suppose Sylvester has also like just rearranged the entire pantry, and Mike can't find the cereal, and Sylvester has to tell him where it's at. Um, and Sylvester just has a talk with Mike, and I put in parentheses after my note here that Sylvester talks to Mike. Only bad things will come from this. Like,
Oh,
it's
of
just
course.
because I'm just like, there's no way this turns out well, at all, at all.
You thought.
Then there's more talks. Pat's talking to the rest of the family and to Courtney about stuff, and she's just not interested in any of that stuff at all because she's all into the whole Cameron thing now.
Goo goo gaga. She's a teenage girl. Being a teenage girl.
Eh, teenagers. So after Sylvester's pep talk, Mike and Jakeem are just like, they talking, and Mike's like, yeah, we could do blah blah blah, and here come the bullies looking for the lunch money, and for some reason Cindy saves them, like whoops some bully ass real quick, and then just walks away.
Yeah, she's just like, bye. Kicks ass, walks away. No questions asked or answered.
Yeah, yeah. So then later on, Sylvester goes to another one of Dragon King's labs because he knew they had him. He had them all over the place. So he's checking another one that's close by, and he can't get in because there's a little, keypad lock, whatever. And he calls Beth on the goggles while she's taking a math test.
Oy.
And I don't know how they were able to have this entire conversation, even if she's whispering, without the teacher noticing, because she was not quiet.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, how do you not get caught doing this?
Especially since the conversation was that long. Like,
It was like that kind of anxiety where it's like you're gonna get caught and it's like, please stop, please stop, please stop, please stop, please stop.
yeah. So she's like, I'm not a hacker. And then she hacks into the keypad and gets him in. So I'm like, clearly you are. But then the goggles start solving all the math problems for her on the paper. She's like, no, that's cheating. I'm just like, eh. I have a hard time believing that Beth wasn't prepared. So she would have solved those problems anyway. So it's just like, I'm not too worried about it. But
Right. Don't
she
be so
was.
worried. Yeah, she's like, I'm cheating.
Yeah.
It's not when you know the answers already.
Yeah. You would have figured them out because you're one of the people that study and then do well. So um so then we go back to Mike and Jakeem and they go to Cindy with a little proposal. And she basically laughs them off and says, yeah, no.
Fuck that, she said pretty much.
Yeah. Not gonna happen. Because Mike got all like, oh, I know. We can go to her because she helped us earlier. So she'll be able to, she'll be down to join with us. And nah.
Why would you think that?
Still Cindy. So then we got another JSA meeting happening at lunch. Another without Cindy. And Cameron walks up to talk to Courtney, and Rick's not having it. Like, at all. And they're just like, what the hell, man? Then
Everyone's losing it.
I forgot they had an altercation though at first. But then I remember, yeah, Rick and Cameron had that altercation with when that teacher when Cameron got upset with that teacher and was like losing his shit.
Right.
And Rick was like, "Yo, what the fuck is wrong with you?" Yeah, all that kind of shit.
Chill out.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, forgot all about that until like after the episode was over, and I'm like, "Oh, right, that was a thing. That's why Rick is like, yeah, get the fuck away from me." Yolanda's really not down for it either, though, because she's just like, yo, that's still Icicle's kid. Like, it's dangerous. Courtney gets upset with the both of them and ends up just leaving the table.
She's just like, I just want to be happy.
Yeah.
Why won't you guys let me be happy?
People in hell want ice water. So, have you never heard that one before?
No.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't remember who I heard that from. It was a long time ago.
Feels like an old saying.
Probably. Pretty sure I was a kid the first time I heard it. So, and it was probably said to me by an adult who was probably supposed to be, either a parent or some kind of authority figure. So, probably said I wanted something, and the response was, "People in hell want ice water." So then we got Cindy later on. She's just messing with Cameron about his anger, just kind of poking at him, trying to, just get a reaction out of him. And eventually she does. His eyes turn all icy white and stuff, and he's just like, she's like, okay. Like, that's all I needed. She started bringing up his anger issues when he was a kid, like having to go away to some camp. And it was like, yeah, it's like, was it padded? And like really poking at him. Not going well for him at all.
Poke the bear.
Yeah. And eventually she got the reaction she was looking for. Then we got Sylvester. Sylvester talking to Beth and Rick and Yolanda and like, yo, you need to, kind of chill about Cameron. Like, that was basically the gist of it. Just telling them, like, calm down. Like,
relax thyself.
Yeah, yeah,
It's not worth all this anger.
yeah. So then later on, Courtney's having a milkshake at the diner. Chocolate, solid choice. And
I'm more of a vanilla cake, depending on where it comes from or what it tastes like. Banana.
see, if I go to Steak and Shake, I get the side by side chocolate and banana. That's my go to. Occasionally I'll mix it up and I'll do like, chocolate and strawberry or strawberry and banana. But usually it's chocolate and banana from Steak and Shake side by side.
Mm.
Not Steak and Shake. Yeah, Steak and Shake. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. So then later on we got Cindy going to Courtney about Cameron while she's having that shake. And basically tells him like, yeah, I just tested at him, poked at him to see if he had powers like his dad, and turns out he does. And Courtney has basically no response, and she's like, oh, you knew already. And Courtney's like, yeah, I can help him, blah 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 blah. And Sydney's like, yeah, okay, good luck with that, and walks away.
See you later, sucker.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's see. So then we got Rick working on that hourglass again. And Sylvester comes along and gives some more Sylvester advice, which I once again wrote only bad things will come from this. He was like, that 1 hour limit is, it just seems like a waste. And he was like, so you're saying I should remove the limit and it will work fine? Just like, oh, wait a minute. Very open, very open. And I will take side by side chocolate and banana shakes as payment. Um,
I'll just take banana.
but let's see. So yes, so he does it, and I'm just like, I feel like that 1 hour time limit was there for a reason.
Yep.
Like
He gonna get
something
this
bad
boy.
probably happens if you keep it on too long.
He gonna get him all juiced up and shit.
Something's gonna happen from that. Going to be a bad result from him keeping the power on for too long.
Turns into Grundy.
Probably something like that. That wouldn't surprise me.
That's all like he gets all juiced up.
Yeah. Um, Beth has a talk with her parents after, discussing it with Sylvester. Basically tells them like they got to stay out of her Dr. Midnight stuff because like
They gonna get hurt.
they'll end up getting hurt. And, it's true.
Or worse, moited.
Yeah. Because with, that kind of life is just like, it's usually not the hero that ends up suffering. It's the people around them. So stay out of this shit. I know you want to help. I appreciate it, but the best way you can help is to stay out of it. So, no.
Hell no.
Yeah. So then we got Cindy. She goes back into Dragon King's lab. Um, I really didn't see much come from that. She just was there. Um, but while that's happening, Yolanda as Wildcat slips into Cindy's room.
Slips into the whole house like a whole B&E.
Yeah, yeah, full on B&E. But while she's in there, she does find the laptop. We see that, that's how the episode closes. But while that's happening, Courtney is with Cameron and his grandparents see them together and they are not pleased.
They are so unhappy.
Yeah, yeah.
Grandmother looked like she was about to have a whole fit.
Yeah. But yeah, Wildcat finds the laptop in Cindy's room. She's like, oh, I knew it. Ooh,
I'm gonna kick her ass.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kick her ass.
Yeah, that was how it ended. She said, I'm going to kick her ass. But that was Stargirl.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We can move on now.
Yeah, to She-Hulk, which was significantly better.
Oh yeah. I fucking loved this episode. So, what was the name of this episode?
It was called Ribbit and Ribbit.
Yes. The slogan of the character that we open up this show with, Leapfrog, or as he called himself when he first showed up, the Guard Frog. Turns out he's a client of Jen, aka She-Hulk, and he's suing her tailor, um, Luke Jacobson, I think is his name. Yeah, Luke Jacobson.
Yes, Luke Jacobson.
And it's because while he was using the suit, he's using like the little jet boot thingies or whatever, and the suit caught on fire. So
And he's
she's like,
suing
okay.
for faulty shit.
Yeah, and she's like, well, yeah, makes sense. If you're wearing the equipment, it didn't function properly and it caught fire and all that. Yeah, you got a case. We'll sue. Then she finds out it was against Luke Jacobson. She's like, ooh. Goes to her
Not
boss, like,
him.
can we like not have me on this case? Cause I need him. Like he's making a dress for me and everything.
That's my guy right there.
Yeah. But boss man said, nah,
No.
they signed a waiver and everything. So she's like, all right, well,
I tried.
yeah. And he's like, just try to talk to him. And she's like, you know what? I will. I'll go talk to him.
I'll be
That
the
does
big
not go
person.
well at all.
Get
And
your dress.
he was just like, nope, yeah, ripped the dress and told her, yeah, dropping you as a client. That's it. Be gone. And she was like, oh, I'm bringing you down now then. Okay. That's how we going to do this. And she's so confident when she goes into court.
So angry.
Yeah. And so we're sitting down, and at first, Luke Jacobson has no attorney present. And the judge's like, are you representing yourself? And he's like, oh, I'm no fool. I am not representing myself. And in walks his attorney, Matt Murdock. And I'm like, there we go. That's what we were waiting for. Yes, we're talking about She-Hulk attorney at law.
Yes, I forgot the banner.
But yeah, Jacobson's lawyer is Matt Murdock. Turns out though, her client's a dumbass and put jet fuel in the suit, and that's not what he was supposed to do, against the explicit instructions of how to use the suit.
Basic instructions. Basic instructions.
And so, he was all dropped because, yeah, that guy's an idiot. And she's like, okay, well, now this is over, Luke. Can you please bring me back as a client? Yeah. So,
He said,
like,
fuck that noise.
he's like, yeah, no, because I hate you now. So it's just, whew. That's
It's
rough.
be on his bad side.
Basically. She did. She got dropped twice in the first 10 minutes of the episode by the same person.
Right? Like, but I mean, it amends itself later. But let's.
You'll get to that, yeah. So later on, she's at the bar having a drink, just thinking about how stupid her client is and how now she got to figure out something else to do for her dress for the gala. But Murdoch is also drinking there, sends her over a drink, and then comes and sit next to her, and they have a little conversation, and there's a little something brewing there, and she even does a little fourth wall break and looks to the camera like, y'all see this, right? It's not just me. And I'm like, yeah, I see it.
I feels it, girl. I feels it.
Things happening. There's some things happening. But he's got to go because, he got a call. It's probably some superhero shit. At this point, she doesn't know he's Daredevil, even though she probably should have known because he told her that Luke Jacobson makes his suits and we know what kind of suit he makes. So it's like 2 + 2 = 4. Like, what's going on there? Anyway.
You ask people to make sense.
Yeah. Then she gets a call from one of the creepy dudes she went on a date with.
I don't remember his name, and I don't really care to know his name.
But he said he needed help with a legal matter. And Turns out he was really just trying to show off his spear from Wakanda that he got. And he was like, well, they say they want it back. I'm like, yeah, well, you stolen from them. So, yeah, they kind of want their shit back. Like, well, I paid for it, blah, blah, blah. Like,
And I was like, not you saying I have ownership because I pilfered it successfully.
well, he bought it from the people who pilfered it. So, yeah, like, yeah.
If you say so.
Yeah. So eventually he's trying to like make moves on her and all that kind of shit. And she's like, what the fuck? She gets up and just, push the table into it, spills wine all over him because he's a piece of shit.
Yeah. But he was like, let's cut all that out there.
Yeah.
The
Talking about
study of
he
the
studied
study
abroad.
abroad had me weak.
Like, nigga, no, you didn't. They don't let people in there like that. Like, the fuck you mean? Like, old dude from the first Black Panther movie was the first white man they let in there forever. Like,
Claw.
nah. The
Hey, stop.
No, the other dude, the other white dude, they ain't let Claw in there. Claw
Oh,
snuck in there.
Martin.
Yeah, that dude. Right,
I don't
yeah.
know why my
Bucky
home
barely
pod
got
started
in.
going up, right?
Bucky got in because T'Challa himself said, "Let's bring him in here."
I,
So
yeah, he was like uh, a VIP sanctuary
basically,
person.
he had to be a one-armed Avenger. That's how he got in there. Like, but anyway,
She gets called by Leapfrog.
yeah. Sorry, I had to find where I was in my notes. Got it. So yeah, apparently somebody's attacking him, and she goes to save him, and it's Daredevil. He's on top of the thing, beating in his window and shit. She stops him. Um, Turns out though that he kidnapped Luke Jacobson.
Rude.
Yeah, but at this point she pulls the mask off and is all shocked that he's under the mask. Like, you're a superhero? He's like, yeah, I'm Daredevil. She just looks at him like, I don't know who the fuck that is. I'm just like, yo, probably thinking I'm big in Hell's Kitchen. All right, like.
Yeah, I had to remind myself that they were on the West Coast, and I was just like, "Really, you don't know who he is?" And I was like, "West Coast, West Coast, West Coast."
Mm-hmm. That's the thing. Him, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, they're all local heroes, kind of street level. So,
Spider Man.
well, Spider Man was like did stuff with the Avengers, so I think more people would know who he is.
True.
But
Well, now, yeah.
mhm, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. She did. She put on the suit. Finally got to see it after she said she wasn't going to see it. Speaking of suits, though, gotta say, not a fan of the Daredevil costume. Not a fan. I don't like the way this
Yeah,
one looked.
I missed the other one. I will say though, I do like the slightly lighter uh Daredevil. Like I do love like the other Daredevil series for its dark and grittiness, but I do like the little bit of humor that they gave
Yeah,
him
the
in this.
more
It's like,
lighthearted, charming Matt
yeah,
Murdock kind of thing. And that's the thing.
yeah,
That's closer to how he is in the comics. Like in the comics, he's very charming and he's like hooking up people all the fucking time. Like,
mhm,
and he's just like flirting with everybody all the time. That's how Matt Murdock is really. Not like a fuckboy kind of way. He's just more of a charming ass dude.
yeah. Like he gets it because he rightfully earns it. I don't know.
Yeah. His other suit is better. We're all in agreement here. But yeah, so this fool has kidnapped Luke Jacobson because apparently he thinks that's gonna be okay. So
Like he won't get arrested for that.
yeah, so Daredevil and She-Hulk are gonna go save Luke Jacobson, and we get to the headquarters, and it's just like just announcing to the world where he is
It
because
says
nobody,
lily pad.
yeah, and nobody cares. It's just Oh man,
Matthew Matthias, LOL, be slang it to who he likes and was proud to do it.
basically, yeah, man. Matt was slinging some dick. So
Apparently, he was.
yeah, that's later though. So then we get this conversation before they go after the folks about henchmen versus goons. And he was like, yeah, henchmen actually believe in the cause, but goons are just hired thugs. And it's just like, huh, okay, if you say so. But it's just like, I never really thought about the difference between henchmen and goons, but apparently there's a difference. And we have just been educated by Daredevil of such things.
Just like sci-fi versus fantasy.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah. Um, so yeah, She-Hulk and Daredevil, they save Luke Jacobson. You know, he goes in all stealthy and she takes a bunch of folks out. Then some more come around the corner, and before they're able to do anything, she just crashes through the ceiling and takes them out. Then there's, the whole fighting that happens in the main room. They, get
We
Luke
got a
free.
She-Hulk smash
Yeah,
line. I like that. I
yeah,
enjoyed that.
that was good. Um, I was just confused as to why they were using crossbows, but to each their own. I don't know what his reasoning behind giving them crossbows was, but all right,
Whatever you say.
exactly. But yeah, they take care of business. Luke Jacobson takes her back on as a client because he saved her life. So
She saved his life.
that's what I meant. So I'm saying, you say that, but like we never got confirmation that those tips were poisonous.
He just wanted
Like,
those in his suit.
yeah. So then after all that happens, they have their little talking on the roof kind of thing, and then later on,
They had
they go back to
sex.
her place, and we got Jen and Matt coupling. Um, but yeah, that happens. Then afterwards, in the morning,
Matt does
we
a walk of
he
shame
does his
in
walk
the suit.
like in the suit, shoes in hand, and everything.
It's fortunate that he's not well known like that because he was able to do that and not cause a ruckus.
Yeah, yeah. Only he was only seen by what's her face. Um,
The friend.
yeah, what the fuck is her name? I forgot. But she did come in and say, like, yeah, she just saw a dude in a devil suit doing the walk of shame. um, and she was like, oh, he came from here. She was like, yeah. Are we happy? Oh, we're happy. Oh, yeah, the old lady with her dog saw him too. Yeah, it's true. Um, so now she does another fourth wall break that was really fun. When she just turns like, oh, y'all are still here. Like, it's usually when it seems like the episode should be over at this point. We should be all done. And then you're like, oh, we're doing the gala. Wait, it's tomorrow the finale? Or the next episode the finale?
That sucks. I don't
That's
want
why.
it to be the end.
Yeah. So she gets her dress on, goes to the gala.
Looks beautiful.
I don't know. I was expecting more from the dress.
It was very sparkly.
Well, yeah, it was sparkly. It just when I saw it, I was just like, I don't know. Such a big deal was made about this dress. It just seemed like I don't know. I was expecting more. Maybe I'm just was expecting too much, but I was just
You
expecting.
asked for a lot.
Well, as much shit as Luke Jacobson talks, yeah, I was expecting a lot. About how great he is, yeah, I was expecting more. So then we got them at the gala sitting down, and he's the dude up front and is giving yeah. So then he's getting ready to present this award for female lawyer of the year. Announces She-Hulk, and then announces like seven other people who all were female lawyer of the year.
Okay, so Because at first, when they said that was the award, I was just like, that sounds so broad and general. I'm pretty much, yeah. It was like a participation award. It was just
Like,
this is just
congratulations on being a female lawyer.
right.
And then when it asked the question, how does it feel to be a female lawyer? It's just like, wow, this is what
I
we're
love
doing
that
here.
Mallory had said, "Oh, I hate being asked this." And it's like, yeah, sis,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
it's fucking stupid. Like, ask them, how does it feel to be a female lawyer? Like, we got to deal with this shit. That's what it feels like.
Why? Like, why? I'd be like, why are you asking me this?
Yeah. So then She Hulk's giving her acceptance speech, thanking people and all that kind of stuff. 'Cause she's just happy to be there. Even though she was taken aback by all the different people getting the award too. But she's happy to be there. She's giving an acceptance speech. And who knew that Intelligentsia's plan to get her riled up with revenge porn? Like, come on
And that's
now.
crazy because that's definitely a full on crime in California.
Yeah, yeah. I
It's
mean,
a big crime all over. But
yeah, yeah. But there also were others out there. You saw them getting video of it and stuff like that of her losing her shit and breaking the screen, and everybody inside the place gets afraid and runs out, and whole SWAT team outside with shit, you know, ready.
ready to take her out.
Yeah, yeah. And that was She Hulk. Yeah,
Let me tell you, no butt cheeks having Josh is a douche for that video. Yeah, I forgot his name.
yeah. Joshua.
Dickhead.
Yeah, they did call her a slut. Yes, because she had sex. Because how dare her?
So rude.
Hmm.
God forbid a woman wanted to get her rocks off too.
Yeah, but yeah, yeah. That was She Hulk.
Yes.
Definitely a fantastic episode of She Hulk. Looking forward to the finale. We'll see what they do with that.
Same.
Um, who's winning this week, Mara?
Um, I wanted to say Jen because she got her rocks off with Matt Murdock, but everything with She-Hulk
About to say she was, and
kind of dampened it. Um, I guess in what is it called? Enlightenment,
intelligentsia. That's what I was gonna say.
intelligentsia.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that was my vote because
I
they
guess they're
accomplished their
winning.
goal.
They just
Yeah.
wanted to set her off.
Mm-hmm. Matt had a good episode too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He literally did win a case earlier, so that's a good choice. But I think intelligentsia really like because we've been waiting on what they had planned and they succeeded. Um,
And I'm sure that's not the end of it.
yeah. Um, who's losing?
Jen, She-Hulk.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, runner up being Cindy for me because she was Wildcat found that laptop, so not going well.
Yeah, it's not going to be a fun time trying to explain your way out of that one.
Yeah, but we haven't really seen the effects of that yet, so not really a loss yet. So I'll go with you with that one. With Jen is losing.
Okay.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Mallory calling people on their bullshit to their face. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that'll be it for this week's episode of Creatia Comics, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Don't forget you can find us on both Twitter and Instagram at It's Creatia World. That's ITSCREATIA World. As always, if you don't know how to spell world, get a goddamn dictionary. I'm not telling you how to do it. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Creatia World. Um, Also, this particular podcast has a podcast group. Mar, what's that group?
Facebook.com/groups/Creatia Comics.
And let's see. You can follow me on both Twitter and Instagram at Lord_Cussalott. That is at LORD_CUSSALOTT. Mara, where can they find you?
Instagram and Twitter at Maradashark, MARADASHARK.
Nice. All right. Well, we'll catch y'all next week. Until then, we out.
Bye.